heavy duty machine. I mean, electrical ratchet. I have to take apart filtering system, and the last bolt is like a really hard to reach, so a little heads up in this case, but let's see what can this beauty do. Alrighty, let's take even more heftier tools to maybe get this starter out. Let's see. That could be the one. I should clean up my desk. So much stuff. Get this off. Okay. There is a one bolt that's behind the this solenoid, and I have tools to reach it, but the tools cannot move because they are already in the position that they are like next to that frame or another way. It's just about to get into place, but you have so small movement space there, so let's try to make one 90 degrees angled tool. We will see how we can get that to work with this, and also I have to have a big hammer, and I cannot smash it like from there, so let's try it like from the middle section, and hopefully this has enough juice that it can do what I need. You might wanna see this, perhaps even what is going on. Oh yeah, it glows. Okay, let's see. Well, that's the way. Now I have to make more room for myself. Excuse me. You can be in here. A bit more. Million pieces will fall down from the shelf, but they fall what want to fall. This is more important now. Oh, almost touched the tool. Whoop. Woo. Let's try this angle first. Be right back. Almost works. I have to make this to be straight. So, because of this 90 degrees will affect how this must go in. If I put it like this, it won't fit because of that. So when I'm doing like straighten this out or even bend it a little bit more, like in your left and my right, so rest might that way work, or if not, then we will continue to change this angle. Okay. Well, somewhat straight, and if this angle is enough, if not, then I will smash it more this way. It's incredible tool. I can this piece here was red hot, and see, I can touch my bare hand from here. It's so spot like in one spot there is this one really warm place, and the rest maybe in later stages of this cooling down it will expand this heat, because now I cannot keep my fingers anymore here. it starts like expand that heat everywhere, and of course even my rack is smoking. But incredible tool to have, that I don't have these gas heating tools, no any torches, nothing, and still I'm able to bend my special tools. This was not my bending, but well, somebody maybe has done in the past with the gas torch or something else. But anyway, now I will try to get it open. Bong, bong. Something. Let's see, can I get this away before this whole thing just... Come on now, don't be shy. Take this tool out of the way before I can get... There we go. Some freaking bolt. What about this hose? Come on now. How much more I need? Oh. Woo. Finally. I won't put this down. It's enough greasy that if I let some dust there, well, good luck with that. Starting this starter gear, or what it's called. Seems okay. Okay. I have tools to make some kind of testing this starter, that does it do what it should when the power is applied. Tools seems okay, nothing bad there. Ooh. Okay, now this starts to make my life so much harder, this freaking thing. Some brake cleaner, and then we will open these 4 pieces of it is just how this can be so dusty. Nice. Little bit starts raining, but I will try to make this cleaning outside that we can see something. Well, I checked those 4. Well, this one is under here, but I have to make some kind of troubleshooting before I can do anything. Okay, now I will take a battery and we will try does this solenoid react or not, or does this starter start to spin this. I might have 2 small cables perhaps or not, I don't know, but we don't need to have the right size at once to test this, so I will be back. Alright, finally I did get my hard work to bear some fruit. First of all, I did test this starter relay, this stator. No, it's not stator, solenoid anyway, Lucas, and it engage as it should, and it will do it with high spirit. I mean, it's not lazy, nothing, but still this tooth care, this thing here start to spin very slowly. And one thing is it's full of this. It feels like a copper, like some kind of copper, this paste, or about like the feeling it's like, and it's coming from here somewhere. Let's see. Tripod again doing things. The stator is what it is. I will dismantle this 3 pieces, 1, 2 and 3, take them apart, and I will clean it up, and we will see if this rotator here, is it okay. It seems these brushings are somewhat, there is okay, there is so much, at least 2 centimeters somewhat. I will take them out and measure them, but there is still from the this, let's see, from this, come on, nice stuff going more in than going out. This spring has this small gap between this brushing and the frame, so there is still enough room. That mean, and well, you might see it or not, but there is this small groove that will allow it go much more like down, so at least half of this brushing's life is still with these. So it's not brushings that are causing this problem. Now I'm opening this back plate and pick this part apart. So I will keep you updated. You don't have to see my struggles, and maybe some Finnish swearing when something is not going as I would want. Okay. Thing is, these surfaces where these brushings from that or carbons will touch here, there is like not even a mill. Let's just say what my fingers can tell, that it's like a 2000s or somewhat. There is a little well, jump here, meaning it has done some kind of work, because there is this wearing, but nothing major, pretty basic, and nothing that can cause anything bad. I have to check if there is this small groove every single this between these surfaces. There is small like groove, and if that's full of carbon or anything, this paste, you can see from my fingers that there is something greasy, and what else this is. But if this like conducts electricity, there is no wonder if those 4 pieces of carbons are touching wrong places. Meaning if there is like well, depends what kind of place they stop and so on. But when there is electricity coming in, and there is a bridge between these surfaces that are not supposed to be electrified at the time when they should be, and vice versa. That's why this what else crap that might be else than some kind of grease and this carbon residue. There is some in these surfaces, not in here and not in front, but basically it's like a moisture, something that can cause that this dust becomes like this paste, and after that paste build up is enough, then it will start to affect these surfaces. And this was full, this was like a black, not like this well, the color is like this copper color. And now that I use that brake cleaner and make these surfaces fine again, I have to check this groove, and they do the same thing. I already made sure I measured that any of these coils are not grounded and they are all connected, so this ring is like complete, so there is no any like cuts or anything relating that there is some coil broken. And this surface area is okay. You can even try to measure it, but in this case it's like, well, I will try. Let's see that you can believe that I'm not joking around. Let's take this caliper and, well, I'll try like so. Well, these are nice light. Come on, out of the juice. Let's see. Oh, don't fall. Let's see what I can show you. Maybe nothing, and this camera won't focus as it should, but you can see this, like my fingers going behind here, and my eyes can tell. Well, I was somewhat wrong. There is these are like hundreds that are showing the underline, and the mils are 500ths of the mil, so meaning half of the mil is that the difference between here. It sounds small perhaps, and it is small, but the more these surface areas are wearing out, this small groove will getting smaller and smaller, and if that collects enough this dust and, well, paste in this case, it will be a problem in the future, easier and easier. So with this half of the mil, so meaning 500 500ths of the mil, it is not much. If it becomes like a 1 mil, and we can check it from this underside here, and by the way, I did not check this very truly. I don't know, does camera show anything, but there is not basically a groove. This surface area is smooth, and it's smooth even this place where these passing carbons are not even touching, means that this particular thing doesn't have the same quality like these grinding machines has, which has, and basically electrical motors that are DC motors. They have these grooves like very huge, but starter, like in these sized things, it seems they are filled with like a plastic or something that will prevent that they are not touching they are not touching from here each other. They will have to go to the coil and make a take a long run and become back. But eventually one of these places, if gets broken, well, that coil will become obsolete or damaged so much that it won't complete the whole circuit, if that makes any sense. But there's no any heating damage, only this wearing that are in here. And bushings themselves, those carbons, there is over half of their measurement or length is still available. This weighs million tons. Let's see. Can I show you anything with my very good lamp? Come on. Yeah. Flashing. These are the coils that are like top side of that middle piece there, and these brushings complete the whole circuit. When those brushings will give the electricity to these coils, and they will become magnetized, so that's whole thing starts to rotate. As long there is no any bridge to the ground, as it should not be grounded in the wrong way. And I have to test still that does this frame have a bridge to these inner stationary coils, because these coils are turning and these are not. So there is this like it's hard to say in English what I am meaning, because, well, my dictionary is not so good with these specific terms what I should use. I hope you understand anyway that there is two coils in this like electrical motor. Basic motor doesn't have these let's just say inner coils that are turning. There is only the iron core. There are specific motors that has this same thing, and usually they are DC motors, like in this case. AC motors do not have, not all, but anyway, there are different kinds, but they do not have this turning and running coils, because the forces that these rotors will face in time can become in some cases so much that these are bending in time, touching themselves or to the ground or anything else. That's why they are using these stationary coils inside the motors. But DC motor can basically use both. Electricity will come from one coil to the brushings, and then it comes here comes around, comes here, and comes from the another coil from the bushing, and it will go here, 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 and this is 4-coiled DC motor. It has decent torque in it. If this had like a, well, this can use 6 or even 8 coils, but we have to remember the more the coils, the more the torque, but the turning speed will half every time there is doubled, well, in this case 2 more coils. It will like half almost the speed of that turning, but the torque is doubled also somewhat. It not go that easily. If you double something, you will halve something. No, it's not that simple, but basically. So these 4 coils will give enough torque, and there is enough speed to spin the starting this gear, starter gear on the motor. So pretty much very bad example, but hopefully somebody figures out what I'm trying to say. But anyway, now I have to figure out that when I'm cleaning that these brushings behind, and how I can get them back to here, because the springs are like engaged fully now. They are pressing the coils, I mean those brushings, to the max length, so I have to widen it enough that they can fit to this surface area again. Yeah, and after I made this clean up and hopefully can get this starter back to its original form, I will try again with this battery. And yes, this battery has also enough juice. Like I already told, that this thing just like kaboom, it will shoot out that tooth gear outside, and very like it should. There is no any laziness inside this contraption. Only thing that becomes mind, too much residue build up behind here, where the electricity comes in, do the thing, and to the ground. Goes in and to the ground. And now it cannot do that. Like, well, I should have recorded what I was meaning. It engaged that tooth and very slowly started to turn it. Means that there might be a ground leakage somewhere, but it's obvious because the power will go in, well, of course, from the solenoid to these brushings. These are brushing these plug-ins. One is coming in and one is coming out. And so I hope that this will solve the problem, because if it's not, well, I don't have anything else to try out anymore. Is the starting this switch, or the these contacting pins are okay, that the load what this solenoid is eating can go through that switch like a fully, because you have to remember, even if you have this very thick cable, it can be broken down 99.90%. Like there is only one single copper this wire still intact. It will show to the meter that it's okay. And same goes these switches when there is a contacting pins doing this on off. Enough times it will deplete those surfaces to the point that even if they are touching, those current will go through, but it won't be that much that what you are feeding to it, that it cannot go fully through. So meaning if you have 230 volts, it can show like 180 volts. That is one indication that okay, there is some movement, but it's so tiny that it won't even light up lights or do anything. And in this case, this whole starter will eat huge amount of power out of the battery when it is fed. Like this will engage whole thing. It will spring out the gear tooth in the place, and there is always this big copper that will feed this starter and from the battery straight without any restrictions. But if, like I said, this won't help, I have to buy a new one, because there is high possibility that I can measure these coils, and if there is a huge or even small difference within these coils, meaning there is a broken circuit and it won't work whatever I try to do. And next thing is that starter switch, those contacting areas that goes when you engage it, it goes to this little relay solenoid. Next thing what comes mind is a little bit stupid, but this could be wet with conductivity liquid, whatever, something. Grease doesn't conduct any electricity, but if it's full of like brushing dust, you have a grease that will conduct electricity. So that's why it can mess this whole conception up. But the inner coil, if one is broken and you measure it, if it's like 0.1 or even 2 ohms different within these four, if one even has this difference, meaning there is high possibility that your coil is bad, because they are exactly same length when they had these things winded up to this area. They are exact same length. So if there is, like I said, 0.1 ohms, 100 of the ohm difference. Why? Well, of course, why? It's broken. There is something affecting that electricity can't go easily here and here and here and here. So by measuring those, I cannot measure it from here because this is start and well, getting in, getting out, and the whole thing, these 4 pieces are in series, so I cannot measure it from outside. I have to take this brushing and basically have to dismantle 2 of them, because 2 of them are in here, they are soldered in place. I cannot dismantle them, because if you have to do this brushing changing job, basically you have to desolder 2 pieces of this brushes, and 2 of them are just in like let's see which one of those are. Well, with my good lamp, this piece is, well, I'm sorry, I cannot show you very goodly this thing, but like in here you can see, if you can see, there is, you almost can see those soldering stuff, that they are fixed to one and the opposite side as this thing also. And it's so much stuff inside there that it's very hard to see. And next 2 are, there is small, these plugs that are in a place that you can perhaps, or maybe not, there might be also soldering, now that I think. Why? Well, because this area is behind this collar, and it tried to be like what, so well they tried to make that no like liquids can seep in and so on, but like in here you can see that this place has been teared up and this thing is up, so from here there is possibility that something fall here and it can seep in, because there is this surface area that it's not intact anymore. That's why it malfunctioned. But yeah, there's lots to think about and have to clean up and do some tests and so on, but these things tend to be hard to diagnose if there is no extremely obvious reason why something did broke down. But like in here, the residue, something paste kind of. I hope that's my biggest troublemaker. I have to just clean up, build it in the original state, test it. If it's like okay, nice. But I have to see that this stator rotor stuff is working and behaving as they should. It started to turn, even I have this small gauge cable, they will heat up really fast, but when I see that this thing can rank up some this well, it will take RPMs And now that I know this is okay, I hope the ignition switch is okay, and when I'm reattaching this thing into place, it will start to work again, that I don't have to buy a new one. But that excavator Ford has similar problems. I can hear that this will engage this solenoid relay. It will engage, but this thing just won't turn. Meaning it might be in same situation that it has so much pulled up that I have to take it do this same thing. These things are somewhat simple to someone who has done this before, and like myself, it won't be such, let's see, it won't be such easy thing. Nice, I have to put charger this lamp and so on, but yeah. Even I have done these AC motors, smaller ones even, and bigger ones. They are such easy to wind and so on. They do not have anything like these things. Well, this is not rocket science or anything like that, but when you are troubleshooting something that anything can be like wrong. But that's why I had to make sure that every single cable from the this ignition circuit is not in ground, so those are okay. But the switch itself, the ignition switch, can it carry this small piece of machinery? This will eat 12 volts, but it won't say how much this coil inside this metal, how many wattage it will like drain. I can measure it, but it's too much hassle to just see the amperage, how much it will eat. And that way I can, well, if I see the amperage or the wattage, I can already say how much it will drain out of the battery to engage itself, and after that engagement, how much this starting procedure will eat top of that. But anyway, it will eat what it will eat. It's much more this bigger one, it's much more than the smaller one, it's obvious. But I hope that everything works, and this thing, I hope it's not that kind of amperage or current that goes to this plug here, because this is so small, it doesn't have to be big one, that even within all these years, it's still those two surface areas are okay, that it will and can carry this current what this demands from the battery through the that voltage regulator. That might be also faulty, because that contains these electrical components, but I highly doubt that. But it's possibility also. But if these things tend to work, I will try. If not, there is that switch and the voltage regulator still in the play that can affect these things. But it was good thing that I dismantled this starter thing, because it was so old and is still old, but the amount of build up this paste here eventually start to make these problems, but it won't do it like now. It starts slowly, maybe few times it won't start. You can hear this will engage itself, but the starter won't do anything. That's what it starts doing. But in this case it just died. 3 times we did like start this tractor without any kind of problem, and the 4th time, well, dead. We have to like use my bigger tractor to tow it somewhat, and we did get it run from towing, so that wasn't a problem. But yeah, anyway, now I start to clean that up and start to make it go back together, and I will keep you up what is going on. So see you soon. I cannot show you very well this thing, but you might hear it. I have measured to the ground. These are okay, and these that are not grounded, it won't say anything. So every second is in ground, and from here, let's see, these are positive side because they are insulated from the ground, and they are okay. And I also measured these 2 pairs together, or I mean separate way, that there is like 0.0, there is a 0.0, excuse me, there is 0.1 ohms both pairs. So these coils also are okay. So one thing that narrows even more this down, but only thing that comes to mind is it's just dirty, I hope. Okay, that's much I tested out with the battery. I hook it up with this. Let's see. This is the like, well, I put that positive in, which is always on, that it won't make a sparks from here, because I want to preserve these threads, and also this smaller piece of this, well, it's place where I need to put these bolts and nuts in the place. So I made a contact with this frame, I mean 0 from here. It's spring alive, and of course big jump with these smaller cables. It was somewhat brief because this is not anywhere to attach to, so this jumps around, but it's enough when I know that this jumped this front don't care and it spins. And because there is no any this spring loading to prevent this jumping, so both works now. And conclusion to that is surfaces are now clean, and with my sloppy testing even it jumped alive. So now I will install this relay, or this rest of this back into place, and after that I start to pull that back inside. That I mean not inside, but the side of the motor where it belongs. So there is now high possibility that I did get it working again, but that's only my high hopes, that I don't have to do anything else, that just dismantle this thing, clean it up, put it back together, and nice, maybe. But yeah, here's the whole thing, somewhat cleaned up and so on. I have to tighten this fan, or what it's called, collar, that will cover up these bushes and the inside of this thing. So, and of course it has to be this one-sided bolt, but it's so old, so what can you do? In that time when this starter was pulled up, there was no any fancier, no Torxes or star shape. It was bad, and well, hexagon, I don't know, that might be a better solution to here. You can get this somewhat really tight, because inside this collar there is this insulation, or it's not basically insulation, but it prevents water or anything else seeping in from outside here, or here is this rubber gasket in one of these coil wiring, so it will also prevent dust, or well, this might not be like a liquid proof, but dust proof somewhat is. So I found out that I have one piece of this, might be opened sometime in past, maybe, because there were damage on that insulation. Small pieces was missing, so I made my own to somewhat prevent anything go in, but it won't matter because this will be sideways. But now if there is something splashing, here is a hole that will eventually spit out any liquids or anything, and well, there might be at least once this might be opened, I don't know, but it seems so, because when you took something off and something is missing that you yourself did not see that it dropped off or anything else, well, that is an indication somebody has maybe opened this in the past. So I was perhaps wrong in this case that this was first time to this starter to be opened. Yeah, but no matter. There we go. It's done. Now I can attach to ground this back to tractor's frame. Here comes the plug for the starter to get electricity from here to here. So I have to start to make this absolutely nice. This was the place where that third bolt was making my life so much hard. But I think this assembling is much more easier to do than dismantling it. But anyway, now next thing, putting it back together. So everything is so tightly packed. Had to try. Nice thing that have these machines have these, or tools have these properties that you can use. What is going on with this? Already starting to mess up my just cleaned up stuff. What the heck? Well, this has been bended somewhat. How? It's stupid amount of bending. Like serious. Goes like so and clean up this. Come on now. Oh. No, pop, pop. Well, this is nice to take on the threads. That one piece of bolt and also what? Ah, there was this too also inside of that place. put this side first in action, and then we will see. Then we will see. Okay, small battery. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Woo. Yep. How do I put this in? Like so, or something. No. Everything in order, nothing is in a way. Oh, everything is fine. Oh, yeah. Of course, this I have to lock it into place first. This way I can have this in here. Like so. Let's see, 13, 13, there is 13. I'm not still putting anything. Well, ground can we go in place somewhat. Now I will get the another side. What was it? There's a screwdriver. There's nothing else than that original piece of cabling. Underneath here, which was this one. Like so. Ordinary piece. Well, basically that one piece of metal shielding. Let's put that back in also. funny thing. Dismantling was pretty much harder than this assembly. I don't know why. It's always same thing. Funny. Only thing that I remember where this belongs now. The top one. I cannot see where is that going. Well, it went where it should. Every single time that I have done any kind of this dismantling, repairing, anything, the more I do with these machines, these kinds of maintaining things and so on, the more I like, the more confident I am, and the more I know already that what this is and what that is and blah blah blah. And also maybe it will help me in future that I'm doing these things the way that they are or they can be done without any hassle, or at least I hope. Okay, now we will see how this positive terminal will stay in a place. Yep. I don't know how can I put this to be in a, it needs to be maybe lower or here. What? It cannot be like that. Right. Like I told you, trade-off for these, if they are not plastic covered cables, they are very like easy to break, but now that there is plastic, well, good luck with the fighting with it, that you can get it where you need to have it. Well, eventually this might be the place. Now the positive terminal, how it will go. Should have it like here maybe. How many? So many. But still it's going to be stiff as hell, this. But at least it's somewhat better. I hate this starting. It's okay. This is like there is this brass, but the start of this has been somewhat damaged to the way that it's way too open for my tasting. Nothing major will happen because the ground won't be anywhere near, but still this is bad, and this is somewhat okay, but well, ground is ground, but they should be as tiny as possible. These things, caps and so on, what are being used. Okay. And also I did scrape off this with the knife, that oxidation from this positive side. So I don't know if there is any like oxidation happening this negative side, but at least it's now okay. I will try to cover this. There is always thing that you should put your cables that way that they are securely in a place, that they won't touch any surfaces when it's vibrating or anything such matter, because the movement always will eventually get through any material. You can scrape off your finger even if you are doing it enough time. So there is a, you know, the thing. But yeah, I'm trying to make this thing such way that it won't at least scrape anything, but I cannot be 100% with this. But anyway, at least I'm trying to be as careful as I can be. Because one faulty wire can affect many ways and many places, and eventually might be even the reason why something catch fire, or you know. You know the thing. All vibrations are also bad. Example here. These pipes, well, this is not pipe basically, but let's just say it's pipe because this is air intake, but this fuel line and this pipe are touching each other, and when there is this vibration, there is high chance that this vibration that will tap like this is not that bad, but if it's doing like this and same time jumping, that will eventually destroy this pipe. Something should go between here that will prevent that erosion to happen. Yeah. That's in the place. I don't know. Did we miss anything? Something. Everything is tightened up. That is open. Some air will get to the machine eventually, and hopefully it will be blown away. What's next? These are okay. Old wiring is in a place, nothing has been changed. Even though I tried. Lazy bum, try to get easily. Those are on. We will see. Does this go? Go, close position. Yes, it did go. What next? Now we will go like this is kinda exciting. Did I get it or not to work? If it cranks, nice, but if it don't, 2 places to get. The reason is being like an electrical, in this case that voltage regulator, or the next one is that ignition switch. Let's go try. And I'm not trying to crank it all the way that it will like start. Only thing that matters now is that it even cranks at all. I will take my chances. I'm still thinking, did I miss something? I will show you the light. If it goes on like it should, that light. Here is the oil pressure warning light. Well, I have never seen it to go on. I should try to sometime take that like off and see if it illuminates this light or not. Yeah, now we will see. Does this light go bling fully and right, like straight away up to the brightness it should. So let's see. We have a neutral. I'm trembling. This is so stressful. Wish me luck. Now we will see. The lights will go on straight away, like it should. Not like ping, slowly go up. And now if I get it crank. Here it goes.
Nice.
Ho 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 ho! Yes! What a relief. Know that I should buy new one, that starter or anything that I cannot like buy from the shop. But now I dismantled something that I did not do, has done like never. I have not dismantled starter motors or this kind of tools. used these kind of tools or done anything like this in the past. But now I have done such a thing. And also I will put these wires on, but I want to see, yeah, the fuel gauge is doing its thing. It start to raise. I don't know, can you see it? But yeah, it works also. Yes! Woo! Well, what a relief. And now if it stays a working one, but we will see. We will see in the future. Yes! And that is a thing that you cannot maintain if you are not taking it apart, clean it, test it, put it back again, together again, and test it right after. Nice! Ah! Yes! Well, I don't know how how long video compilation this would be, but it is what it is. I will try to make it somewhat not Speedy Gonzales, but the way that you see what is going on.
Hello there.
Now that something is working, there is another one waiting. Perhaps that I do the same thing. Solenoid will work, that relay from the button, it will loudly go on and engaged, but the starter won't go on like this straight away. I will make a video out of that also. Pretty much it's the same thing that I did with this, but it's like that 7000 series Ford. And it might be even the same Lucas, this starter, with even the size might be the same, maybe, but the basic principle is the same. So dismantling that won't be any different than this smaller Ford. Yes, I'm so happy. Oh. Nice. At least something is going like, I don't know, that when it started to do that, it won't just start. It just did it like now. No slightest hint or warning it, hey, I'm going bad, do something, idiot. So well, let's just say grease and that coal dust or brush dust, anything that goes inside there, it cannot escape. And when it becomes this paste, it just contains so much this carbon that it will start eventually bring, or well, conductivity with anything around that stator and rotor, so it can and will bring the problems like that did, because the conductivity is easily to in a present when there is enough something like in this case this carbon dust. These greases won't conduct electricity like at all, which are used in these machines, but enough something else in the mix, well, you have a problem there. Anyway, this kind of project this time. So let's see what is coming up next when I'm deciding to do. Maybe firewood is next, but that would be a basic doing. Yeah, hopefully you guys see that maintaining these machines can be sometimes easy and sometimes it will take a new part, at least in my these lucks that I have been experiencing. But nice that this machine is not broken, or that part wasn't broken. It was just so soaked up with this that it just did what it did. Yeah, let's see what I'm coming up next sometime and so on. See you in next videos. Bye bye.